Bengals weren't exactly everyone's pick to come out of the AFC. I'm not even sure they were anyone's pick, but here they are, joining the 1999 Rams as the only teams to make the Super Bowl after finishing each of the previous 5 seasons with a losing record. Translation, they were bad, now they're good. Head coach Zac Taylor says, my message to the team was simple. We are here for a reason. This is not a fluke. We are not underdogs. This is just the last test of the season. We belong here. I'd make a good head coach for a team in the Super Bowl. Nick, you buying Zac Taylor's comments?
Jenna, I want to buy it. I've tried to be all week supportive of the Bengals. I have talked about how Joe Burrow can become the best quarterback alive with a Super Bowl win. Now, Broussard talked me out of that with his compelling pro-Mahomes argument, but I was almost there. I talked yesterday about how Joe Burrow is essentially the coolest man alive, taking that title from Leonardo DiCaprio. During the year, when Wilds was peddling his baby goat propaganda before it was cool, I was like, Jamar Chase is the best rookie. So I've tried to get there. However, over the last 48 hours, I've dug into this game greatly because I'm going to have to make a lot of bets on this football game to try to get even on the bets I lost on the last football game with the Chiefs. I have to make a lot of bets. And I've come to this conclusion, Broussard. The Bengals aren't very good. And I don't mean like they're not very good for a Super Bowl. They're just not very good. They honestly could have, should have, probably in a more, you play it 10 times, would have lost all of their playoff games. The Raiders played poorly and have a 1st and goal from the 9 to force overtime. The Titans played terribly and are driving to get into field goal range. The Chiefs are rolling them before, I don't know what happened, a ghost came in and inhabited Patrick Mahomes' body. This is a Bengals team that lost to the Jets, that lost to the Bears, that got annihilated by the Browns. I'm not talking about week 18 when they weren't playing people. I'm talking about when they were playing people. Got annihilated by the Chargers. Needed a last-second field goal to beat the Jags. Needed a last-second touchdown to beat the Broncos. I think this is going to be a bloodbath. I do think this is a fluke. I don't think the Bengals have a chance. I don't think they're a very good team. And I didn't want to be there, but that's where I'm at. I would be utterly and completely shocked on the level that I have not been shocked in a Super Bowl since Eli over the undefeated Patriots if the Bengals were to win this game. And it's not because I think the Rams are world beaters. It's because I think the Bengals were a 10-7 team that probably should have been 9-8, and they're not that good. Sorry. That's where I'm at.
Nick, I know you're not in a good place. I don't like that take at all. First of all, even if they were 9-8, they're 10-7. We've seen wild card teams win Super Bowls. Aaron Rodgers, weren't they 10-6 when he won his one Super Bowl 11 years ago? It's happened before. You mentioned Eli. They always had mediocre records when they won the Super Bowl. So I don't know why you're so down on this Bengals team. I don't know if it's pouting because of what they did to your Chiefs, who they beat twice. They beat your Chiefs twice.
I know.
They beat Baltimore twice. They beat Pittsburgh twice. Everybody was up and down this year, or most teams were up and down. We can look at most teams' schedules and point out a bad loss or two this year. It was that type of season. And when I look at the Bengals, they've got one of the best receiving cores in the league, even outside of Jamar Chase. They've got one of the best running backs in the league in Joe Mixon. They obviously have a quarterback that everybody's in love with and looks like he'll be a superstar for the next 12 years. The defense has played better in the playoffs. They're giving up fewer than 20 points a game. And they've held everybody, including the Chiefs, well below their season average in the playoffs. Everybody gets some breaks here and there. Heck, the Chiefs might not have even faced them in the AFC title game if they don't catch a break or two against Buffalo. And so I don't know why you're so down. The one weak link is the offensive line. But the Chiefs couldn't take advantage of that, and they learned Wilds how to mask it enough where they can still function with Burrow under duress. So I think Nick is way off. I am picking the Rams, but I think it's going to be a good game, and I don't think it will be shocking
Can't do
if
that.
the Bengals upset.
Stop doing that.
No, I'm just saying, though.
Can't give a great-
Nick is saying it's going to be 42-17 again. I'm saying, no, it's going to be a dogfight.
Okay.
But the Rams are going to win.
Jenna,
What?
do you know why all of America was calling me football's Punxsutawney Phil this year? Is it because I'm covered in fur and sleep in a log? No. It's because I was able to predict the future. Did I call Jaguars over the Bills? Yes. Did I call Lions over the Cardinals? Yes. And people said, Wilds, you're a genius. I said, yes, but that is not what I rely on. I rely on one simple algorithm. It's proprietary. I think one team is going to play loose, and I think one team is going to play tight. And I think that philosophy will hold in the Super Bowl. The Rams are super stressed. Matthew Stafford knows his legacy is on the line. Aaron Donald is nervous. He's like, I've done a lot, but I need this Super Bowl. Sean McVay has already lost his Super Bowl. The Bengals are relaxed and cool. And I know you think it's a weird philosophy, even though it has proven right. When I think back about all of my Patriots championships, the ones that we lost were the ones I was most confident we were going to win. But the Patriots said we got to execute, and the Giants both times said, you know what, we got to play. And I'm like, well, surely we'll beat Nick Foles. But you know what happened? The Patriots are out there trying to execute, and Nick Foles, with all the chill and cool in the world, said, hey, how about we run the Philly special, that trick play? What about that? I just made it up on the spot in the Super Bowl. Doug Peterson's like, yeah, that sounds like a good idea. That'll work. And it does. So, Nick, all of the statistics, all of the analysis, I get it. But the Bengals are going to play loose. They're going to play fast. They're going to play fun. And that crowd, which is not going to be a Rams crowd. Rams don't even have a Rams crowd when they're playing real home games. It's a weird crowd in the Super Bowl. Once the Bengals get out to a little bit of a lead, that crowd is going to be looking for the upset. That crowd is going to be like, wow, we see the blood in the water. Wouldn't this be great if Joe Burrow won? For all of those reasons, old Punxsutawney Phil of football is picking the Bengals.
Wow.
Okay. So here's the problem. So a couple things. One is Wilds with a little revisionist history, acting like the only Super Bowls the Patriots lost were the only times the Patriots lost was when the other team had nothing to lose. You guys did play a Super Bowl against Jake Delhomme, where I think you guys, probably had a little more pressure. They were happy to be there, and you rolled them because it was Jake Delhomme on the other side of the football. You guys the idea, the Patriots. So I don't know if it matches up exactly, but Broussard, here's Wilds' Freudian slip there. He just compared this matchup to Jags Bills, to the Lions getting their first win. Because Wilds deep down also thinks the Bengals are not that good. Guys,
you're right.
It was Wilds' own examples. Again, I think Burrow is excellent. I think Jamar Chase might be the best receiver in the league. I do not think their coach is any good. I know their offensive line isn't any good. I think their defense is mediocre. I think this was an above-average team all year that, in my opinion, has not played one great playoff game to get here. They were okay against the Raiders and survived. They were okay against the Titans, and Tannehill gave the game away. And they were awful for 30 minutes against the Chiefs, and then great for the final 30 minutes. But even then, the first two drives of the second half against the Chiefs, they went 3 and out. The Chiefs just could not stop stepping on themselves. I understand I'm putting myself out here in a way I don't need to. No one was going to take a victory lap about me in this Super Bowl if no matter what happened. But I'm trying to figure out which team I'm going to pick, which bets I'm going to make. And in looking at it, I'm like, okay, there are 8 teams in the league at minimum that I think are better than the Bengals. Probably 10. Like in the A, right through. Right now, yes. Yeah, the Bills are one of them. The Chiefs are one of them. There's about 5 NFC teams that are one of them. The Rams are one of them. Yeah, I don't think this is a very good team. I think this is a good-ish team.
To Wild's point, though, what did Emmanuel Sanders say on this show yesterday? The team that goes out and just plays football like you did back in Pop Warner, that loose team, that's the advice he would give. That's the way you win this. So who knows? Maybe there's something to it. All right, time for Broussard to break out the Bud list. Which quarterback will be under the most duress in Super Bowl?